Have you ever wondered what kind of hazard and risk are you facing at your workplace? In this lesson, you will learn how to identify hazard and risk, determine hazard and risk indicators in the workplace, and its effects. Please look at the pictures carefully. What can you see? In the picture, you can see a lineman, a spill of coffee on the floor, a person holding his ears, and a stressed employee. This pictures is related to our lesson for today. How are you going to identify a hazard from a risk? A hazard is a potential form or harm or adverse effect, for example, to people as health effects, to organization as property or equipment losses, or to the environment. Another definition, it is the source of danger. And what is a risk? Risk is the chance or probability that a person will be harmed or experience in adverse health effects if exposed to a hazard. Look at the picture. A lineman. Your occupation can be at risk factor if you do not take precautions. So if you are a lineman, you have to be careful. Your habit of smoking can be a factor for your body to be at risk in future time because it can cause lung disease. If you continue smoking, your body is at risk of a lung cancer. Leaving something on the floor, even if you already noticed it, can put other people at risk. Risk may not happen if you take precautionary measures. Let us identify the types of hazards. We have physical hazards, electrical hazards, biological hazards, ergonomic hazards, chemical hazards, and psychological hazards. What is a physical hazards? Physical hazards are the most occurrence in the workplace that can harm your body. For example, a banana peel on the floor, a spill of water on the floor, and a person hearing loud noise. This can result to a fall, a slips, or hearing impairment. If you leave an open electrical socket or did not notice an open electrical wire, or you leave a spill of water in an extension cord, it will result to electrical hazard. It can also result to fire, burns, or electric shock. Another type of hazard is a biological hazards. It is the substance that pose a threat to the health of living organisms, primarily that of humans. Examples of these viruses are the bacteria and viruses, other body fluids, fungi, or contaminated waterways that will result to allergy, skin irritation, tuberculosis, and infections. Ergonomic hazards are physical conditions that may pose risk of injury to the musculoskeletal system, such as the muscles or ligaments of the lower back, tendons or nerves of the hands and wrists, or bones surrounding the knees. Improper positioning of the body while working and carrying heavy loads will result to back pains and muscle cramps. Chemical hazards are caused by exposure to chemicals in the workplace. Some of the chemicals are pesticides, asbestos, Lead or mercury, which is a chemical element. It will result to breathing problems, lung disease, and allergy. Psychological hazards are elements of the work environment, management practices, or organization practices that pose a risk to mental health and well-being. For example, being scolded every day at work that will lead to anxiety, work stress, and depression that will result to deterioration of performance at work. Now that you can identify what is hazards and risk, can you identify the type of hazards shown in the pictures?